What's up, my YouTube people? Hope you're having a great day today and everybody's being safe. It's a gorgeous day here in Colorado, just a little windy. We are over here by the quail, watching them. Now, you remember in a couple videos ago, I showed you how I take care of them and I clean up them. Well, this video is about how I clean up the chicken run. Now, after I get my chores done that I need to do outside, I'll show you how I do that. I'll gather my tools and we'll get rolling on that. And another note, I am going to get a incubator. I'll show y'all incubating some quail eggs. Now, I might be into selling them to my subscribers only, but we'll see how it goes first. I want to get some more girls in my flock first, but we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, I might be willing to sell some. Gonna have to change out that back panel right there on that feeder because they've stopped producing eggs. And as you can see, that one right there is doing a whole panic thing. That panel is blocking a lot of sunlight. And quail need sunlight, quail need sunlight to help them produce eggs. They need more light than chickens. So that's why all those ones over there are doing a whole panic thing in that little open space. So I'm going to have to come up with some sort of clear back panel to go right there, to catch the food, drop it down into the lower part. And that's for a later video though. We're not going to worry about that right now. So back to what I was talking about. I'm going to go do my chores, gather my tools, and then I'll show you how I clean up the chicken run. Okay, I finished all my chores. All my outdoor chores anyways. Now, as you can tell, we are on the inside of the chicken run. And I'm going to show you how I have to clean that up. Once or twice a year, depending on how much gets put in here. Now, tomorrow is supposed to snow, so I'm trying to get this done today because this should have been done a long time ago, but when it's wet and heavy, it makes it really difficult to get everything out of here and muddy, and so I've been waiting for it to dry out a little bit so I can pull it all out. Now, all this right here, I don't know if you can tell, I have taken some of it out because there is a slab of concrete right there, all right there. That's where their duck pond sits. It's just a big giant bowl, but I call it a duck pond. Now, it kind of told me how much I need to pull out of here. I don't know how well you can tell, but all of that right there, all that needs to be pulled out, and it is that way, all the way down. So all of that needs to be pulled out. Now, mostly all it is packed down leaves. Yeah, I could just let it decompose and go back into the earth naturally, but once it gets wet and the chickens can't move it and kick it around and do their normal scratching behavior, that they usually do, it just tends to gain mold and nastiness and slimy and starts to stink and attract flies, and that is one thing we don't want. And then all the mold and everything that it picks up from being wet and packed down and not drying out all the way will eventually kill the chickens, because then they eat it and then it makes them sick, and then I end up with sick chicken and then they slowly die. So I don't want that, so I'm going to clean up their run today before the snow comes. And then I will let them scratch at the dirt and kick out all the dirt around, let it go for a bit, couple days, a couple warm days, and then I will start putting more leaves back in for them to kick around and do their natural scratching, eating behavior. So, I've got all my tools. I got my pitchfork, my shovel, my gloves, and the wheelbarrow. Now all that right there, I don't know if you noticed in another video or two, there was a giant hay bale in here. I was hoping they wouldn't pull it apart until I got all this out, but they pulled it apart, threw it everywhere. So all that is going to stay because that's the hay bale, remnants of the hay bale, so that's going to stay because it's still good. And so we are going to get started and clean out all of this and then scrape down the concrete panel again. And as you can tell, the chickens are still inside and they're not too happy about being inside, if you can hear. I'm still working on trying to find a mic. I found one. It doesn't seem to want to work, so I'm still working on it. And of course I have all the little monsters out here. She's on that side of the fence. And Oliver and Daisy are both up on the porch, wandering around. There's Daisy. She's got her shamrock shirt on because yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. So yes, I filmed some of these in advance and just schedule them out to be released. It's just easier that way. One less thing I gotta worry about. And there's the Daisy. She has orange booties on her back feet because she's having some allergy problems, and that just helps keep from her tearing up her skin. I got her on some pills. They've seemed to have calmed things down. She's okay now. So, back to the task at hand. I am going to set up the tripod, get you on the stand. Now I will fast forward some of this because this just isn't the most loveliest thing to be watching, so I will fast forward it so you're not too bored. And the faster we get it done, the quicker we can move on. It's just what I do to keep everybody alive and cleaned up, and I thought I'd bring you along, so let's dippity-do this. Okay, I'm going to start over here, just start pulling it all out, throwing it in the wheelbarrow. I'll show what I did with everything in the wheelbarrow afterwards, but for now, let's just get started, and I probably will fast forward through this so you're not bored. Yeah, that's a cowbell. That's for my duck quackers. When I raised him, he had bird toys in his cage. He used to love to play with them until he got too big and broke them. So I hang a cowbell in here for him. And one of these times I'll get it on video and I'll show it to y'all. It's quite funny watching him play with it.
Okay, we are almost done. As you can see, I got all of that pulled up. The only thing left to do is to rake up this section, put it in the wheelbarrow, and then move all that hay right there, over here, pull up everything that's on this side, scrape down the concrete piece with the shovel, and then rake it up, and then I'll be finished. Now,
Okay. Flip the screen. That's about it. I've got the big piece of concrete where the pond sits all scraped down. That's all pulled up. Over there wasn't as bad as the other side. It's all cleaned up. So I'm going to go dump this last wheelbarrow and then I'll show you. Okay, here it is, all cleaned up to an extent. Now, yes, that pile is still sitting there, but that is all the hay. I'm going to leave that there. The chickens and the ducks will come out, knock it down, spread it out, do whatever they want with it, which is perfectly fine, natural behavior. But I have the concrete slab all scraped up. I have that giant mound that was right here all taken care of. I have it all taken care of on that side. It's clean. I'm going to let them scratch around in it for a while and throw stuff everywhere and pick at the dirt. And then I'll come back in and add some more leaves. During the summer, I'll add all the bags of grass from my aunt's house and our house. They love it. They eat it. They kick it everywhere. They do all kinds, whatever chicken stuff do on it. And I have got some feed over here because I've got some very impatient chickens. So we're going to feed the chickens. It's alright, they'll still eat it. So I'm going to let the chickens out finally because they're not too happy, getting impatient. And then I'll show you what I did with all the stuff I pulled out. Well, the chickens and the ducks seem to like it. They're already starting to kick stuff around and pick at things, and the ducks are dabbling all over the place because that's the breed they are. They're a dabbling duck. And as you can see, count my chickens, 2 white, 2 gold. There's a black one missing. I started to panic. Now this little doofy black one is inside. Let's see if I can show you through the little door. glare from the window, but she's right there. She's being a little broody. Means she's got eggs in there. She's not too happy I'm sitting here filming her. But that's okay, we'll leave her alone. She'll come out when she's ready. But the ducks and the chickens out here sure are having fun. Now let me show you what I did with all the stuff I pulled out of here. Okay, this is what I did with the 6 wheelbarrows full of muck I pulled out of the chicken run. They are in our garden. There's a helicopter going over. Hopefully you can still hear me. In a later video, I'm going to show you prepping this, getting ready for seeds and whatnot. Okay, now that the helicopter has passed, I'm going to show you prepping this and getting everything ready to put seeds down and just getting everything ready. I'll show you in a later video. Now, yeah, I added a lot more leaves and some of it has trash in it, but that's okay. They were free. Just pick the trash out as I go. It's no big deal. My dad, if you know where my dad works, he gets big queen size mattress bags full of leaves. And he brings them home for me, and this is one of the things I use them for, is to, in the garden, when I go to take care of it, and then later on I'll put some over the plants too. And if you notice back there, you see some green. Those are beets from last year. I like to use the greens in a salad or a juice or just different things. You know, just wash them up and use them, or just eat the beet, either way. It's still good. But that's all the stuff I pulled out of the chicken run. Luckily you don't have smell-o-vision because it doesn't smell that lovely. Kind of smells like a really nasty swamp. And it wasn't that easy to get it all over here. As you can see, there's a hill or so, and they are not light in the wheelbarrow. That right there is the chicken run. So I got it all over here. That project's done for a while, till I have to do it again when it gets warmer out. So, and to all my subscribers, if you have any questions, if you scroll down below, there's a comment section. If you have any questions on chickens, ducks, quail, the animals, the dogs, gardening, anything, and you're a subscriber, I will answer your questions. I check it just about every day. So if you have a question that you want me to answer, that you'd like me to answer, leave it down below on any of my videos, and I will try my best to answer them to the best of my knowledge. If not, I will figure out how to answer your question. Or comments, or anything, you can leave them down below. And, well, thanks for joining me on Just What I Do today. This is just another one of my projects done for now. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button, share this video, ring the notification bell so you get notified every time I post. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.